University, and her business is called The Next Step, LLC. Susan's speech is titled Blue Sky Holiday. Susan?
Toastmaster, and welcome to Toastmasters members and guests. Thank you for the opportunity to speak today. In about 8 minutes, I will have 2 important letters after my name. New credentials for a mountain climbing expert. CC. Blue Sky Holiday. That's how I think of it. For 1 year, I've heard Will say, just step through the door. Just step through the door. Just step through the door. It's become almost a mantra for me daily. Just step through the door. Just get up and take a step. And interestingly, I told Midge in the parking lot that this manual has been quite a series of mountains for me. Every single speech, it's challenging. It's really hard to know that I have something to say and to knock it down to 5 minutes or 7 or 8 today. It is tricky. And last night, even at midnight, Yolanda and I were emailing back and forth about a few things. And my best friend, we're stewing back and forth on the phone, and I called her as I was driving to the center today, and I said, gosh, don't worry about me anymore because I got it for a day. I got it. And she said, gosh, Susan, you're the only one worrying. You got it. So it came to me that I describe myself professionally as a mountain climbing expert. And through Toastmasters, I have greatly been called into doing what I challenge others to do. Back it up 2 months, cold, dreary, gray sky, wishing you could stay under the covers kind of day. I had actually a coaching networking meeting that I half wanted to go to, half needed. It was all about life purpose and setting goals, and I just thought, God, I don't really want to do that today, but I should probably do that. And we got in the meeting, and the lady started talking about courage, and I'm going to pass this little basket around, and I want you to look for a shell that reminds you of your life. And I just thought, God, I'm so glad I'm here because I love the beach. This is the Blue Sky Holiday. This is sand and the ocean and the breeze. Got a good book that Yolanda wrote, and it's all good. The kids are happy, and I'm happy. And here comes the basket, and lo and behold, there's the shell that calls my name out is this one. Can you believe it? I have never seen a shell that looks like a mountain. Boy, did it look like a mountain. And I thought, well, here I go again. I thought I had the blue sky, but here it is, a mountain. And it's funny, all the self-talk starts. Wow, Susan, you thought you were going to have the blue sky, but there's a mountain, one more mountain. And then it's, come on, you're 5'9". It's less than 2 inches. Now, who's the boss here? Then it's, well, you know how to stand tall and straight. Look at it, it's leaning a little bit. It's not even straight. And nevertheless, it is a mountain. So I did have to acknowledge that. And in connection with this Toastmasters journey, there's just so much in common. When I work with a client, I'll ask, what are the mountains that you're facing? Stress, parenting, aging, we got the whole gamut. Finances, on. Well, the next question is, does it matter? If it's, no, it doesn't really matter. Well, hallelujah. It doesn't matter. Leave that one behind, you know. Goodbye. But if it does matter, then it's time to take some action. And I think with the Toastmasters, you know, this is a self-imposed mountain. I chose this mountain. And it does matter. So I'm willing to climb it. And then the next question is, how in the world are you going to climb it? And I think there's 3 key elements to climbing the mountain. And I think with each element, there's a little more blue sky. The first element is creativity. Yeah, I love the quote, when things don't go right, go left. You know, I love that. Why do we drive the same way every day? Why do we have the same meal on Monday, same meal on Tuesday? It's rut. And if it's not working for you, go left. I love that. So creativity is the first element. The second is strategy. And strategy is the quotation that we've heard probably more times than we want to, of work smart, not hard. You know, get a plan. There's a story that's called Autobiography in 5 Chapters. Consider this. I walk down the street, there's a big hole. I don't see it. I fall in, it's really hard to get out. I walk down the same street, there's a deep hole. I pretend like it's not there. I fall in. It's really hard to get out again. I walk down the same street, same deep hole, I see the hole. Fall in it. It's a little easier to get out. Walk down the same street, there's a big hole. I walk around it. Final chapter. I go down a different street. I love that. That's the blue sky. Go down a different street. If it's not working, try another route. Easier said than done, I know. The third element, which I think pulls it all together, is partnership or connection. Because when you're in a rut, if the mountain is 1 inch high, it sure doesn't look like 1 inch. And it's hard to be creative. It's hard to not be stuck when you're on your own, looking at even something that small. It's hard to be strategic, but in partnership, it can happen. This is a section that I'm going to call the Midge and Mark moment. She doesn't know this. A couple of years ago, I had a lot of mountains all around me. I was in a class at the Women's Resource Center, and Midge came in as a facilitator. And it's funny because she just asked me in the bathroom, too, about the Myers-Briggs, and that's what she talked about in the presentation. But she brought it to a very genuine level of her kids in the car, these personality types going. One likes the radio, one doesn't like the radio. One wants to talk, one doesn't want to talk. You know, and you just get all that craziness in the car, and you're about half crazy anyway. And when she was telling that story, I didn't let on to it then, but it was so touching to me because the car was about the worst place I could be with my kids at that time. It was very stressful, and we had it all going on. Windows up, windows down. Radio on, radio off. You know, hip hop and jazz, and it was just like this. And I can remember the strategy that Midge offered was, gosh, you know, get a midway point on your travel, and then that's when the change is going to happen. For example, halfway for me is right at the light at Greensboro Day School. So right at that light, there was no emotion to it. It was just, your time's up, now it's your time. So you wanted hip-hop, your time's up, now he wants quiet, and it's quiet. And that was great strategy, very effective, very connected. And it still works, as a matter of fact. Even though they're all 2 years older, it still works. And it helped me so much. And it's a sweet moment now to be in a different level of partnership with the same person that helped me so much. You know, here it is in Toastmasters. You know, now we're back here like this. The second half of the Midge and Mark partnership which I think is maybe one of the most powerful examples I have of a partnership. Believe it or not, as my youngest son, when he was little, he would ask me to lie down with him, and he would put his hand inside mine, fall asleep. And it had to be one of the most sweet times, thank you. And after separating and moving in a new house and all the trauma of that, he left it to me, and he would come to me and ask for my hand and put it inside his. And to me, that's the sweetest example of partnership, of climbing a mountain, is you partner with that person and you hold them gently. And when the time is right, you know, as it is with Midge and it was with Mark, it's a sweet moment to flip it. And you get to be the one that's holding the hand and helping share the load and just minimizing that mountain. When I think about Toastmasters, this is a series of mountains. It is walking through the door. It is deciding that it's important. And it is important. We all have something to say. And we want it to be recognized as something to say, not just words, as Will would say. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of dedication. Definitely the three elements: creativity, strategy, partnership. We cannot do it on our own. And I think with each step and with each speech, it's a little bluer sky. It's light blue on speech one, and it's just blue, 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 until it's woo! It's blue sky holiday. And my words of inspiration to you all today is to, if it matters to you, go for it. We're all here to partner with you and get you to the blue sky. Thank you.